Hey, good morning. Hope everybody is off to a good start to the weekend. It's a little cloudier as we were talking about this morning. If you were up early watching News 6 at 5 a.m. to 7 a.m. And we'll be talking about more clouds streaming in as the day goes on. And we're also going to give you an early look here at Halloween weekend and how things are shaping up. It's going to be kind of a weird week. So we've been talking about this for the last few days. The dry season is over. The dry season is started once the sea breeze storms stop. You're going to see, though, in the 7-day forecast that it is going to be a little on the wet side this week, as there's going to be a couple of big cold fronts coming in. The first one, not so much of a temperature change. The second one, that's going to be the bigger deal. If you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube Live, post in the comments where you're watching from. Let me know if you like a cool Halloween, a warm Halloween, or a hot Halloween. We're going to talk about that Halloween forecast or some big-time trends. Some impactful weather as we move in that direction. So let me know where you're watching from this morning and what weather you are hoping for Halloween, and we're going to get to the Halloween portion of this at the end. First and foremost, I want to show you what's going on outside. If you haven't been outside yet, especially areas around the Orlando metro and points to the south, those have been cloudier to start the day. North of Orlando, we've seen a little more sun. It's going to be more of that filtered sun today as we have this weak cold front. Now, here's the deal. This cold front isn't going to bring much in the way of any kind of temperature change. We're not going to notice it in terms of that. What this is going to do is it's going to get hung up over north central Florida. Note all of these clouds back towards the Gulf of Mexico. That's the white on your screen here, just kind of streaming in like that. This is going to be a source for moisture to be transported right from the Gulf of Mexico right into central Florida. So that's why we have the clouds increasing today. A stray shower or two is going to be possible, but it's not going to wash out your day today. I think most of us are dry. Now, tomorrow, different story. I think we'll get in on better rain chances. I'm going to show you that in future radar in just 1 second. In terms of today, again, you're going to notice more clouds than sunshine, more of that milky or filtered sunshine. These clouds will also thicken up. There's 4 o'clock on future radar on our Saturday. Here's the deal as we get going. Again, 7 o'clock, stray shower or downpour in the mix. Have some questions about allergy season. I'm going to get into that in a little bit, at least. Until we get some good rain in here, we're really not going to see much in the change of the allergy situation. So it could be a little bit better tomorrow. Here we go at 8 o'clock on our Sunday morning. I think most of us are waking up to a dry morning on Sunday with a mix of clouds and sunshine, similar to what we're waking up to right now with those higher clouds streaming right on in. There we go at 3 o'clock on our Sunday. Not much going on. You see storms around, downpours around, but for the most part, again, we are going to be dry through the early afternoon. Watch what happens, though. So this is going to be, at least, it looks like some good beneficial rain for central Florida. There at 7 o'clock is that moisture transport really starts to get going, that heavier rain in the mix, or at least steadier rain, and then late into the evening. So I think most of your afternoon looking pretty good. Around dinner time and beyond through the evening, that's when we're talking about more of that rain starting to slide on through, and then we'll keep that chance for rain going right on into Monday. So that will help to wash some of the allergies away. All right, so we've got a lot of people talking about wanting it to be a cool Halloween, and then we need cool. That's Crystal in the background. Nonetheless, though, it looks like that's what it's going to be. So here we go for the rest of the next few days. 60% shot for rain and storms on Sunday. We saw that there. That is coming for the second half of the day. As you get into Monday and Tuesday, we start to warm things back up. Now, this is going to be out ahead of a really, really strong cold front. This front means business in terms of supplying Central Florida with some cooler air. And this could be the coolest air we've seen so far this season, and to the point where we're talking unseasonably cool air moving in for Halloween. So you see it there Thursday back into the mid-80s, and then on Friday, high temperatures are likely going to struggle to get out of the 70s and low 80s behind that front as a few extra clouds stand on by. Here is the deal. So we have a big dip in the jet stream coming in our direction. Don't worry, Paula. Paula says that she's not ready for the cold. It's not going to be cold. It's just going to be cool. We're not talking about anything like frostworthy or anything like that. It's certainly going to be cool, not frigid by any means. So here we go. This is Thursday now. This is the upper air pattern where we look at the jet stream, the troughs, the ridges, the jet stream bulges, the jet stream dips in the jet stream. So here we go. There's 8 o'clock on Thursday. Note these cooler colors, the yellows, the greens, the blues. That is the cooler air in the mid levels of the atmosphere that is going to be working its way down and will transition to the surface. So this is lunchtime on Saturday. I don't know, you can post in the comment section if you're watching on Facebook Live. We're also streaming live on clickorlando.com. If you have the new 6 mobile app, you got a push alert too if you're watching on there. So that's where we're getting the comments from. If you're hanging out in bed watching on your phone or watching on clickorlando.com. Anyway, that cooler air, that drier air is likely going to stick around for the weekend. Now, there's still some uncertainty as to how all of these features come together. This is what I'm watching, though. You see this little thing, this little appendage, if you will? That's an upper level low. There's a bigger low up towards the Hudson Bay. And really how these come together over the next couple of days is going to determine just how cool we can get. So we're not talking about specific temperatures just yet. We're going to fine-tune that forecast and pinpoint your forecast for the weekend, of course, as we get a little closer. But it looks like now that we're going to have a better opportunity to trend unseasonably cool as we get into Halloween weekend. I want to show you this from a different perspective as well in terms of the moisture in the atmosphere. So we're going to fast forward again to Thursday, and you see where these brighter red colors are, these oranges here. This is where we have a ton of moisture in the atmosphere. When you look back to the west, here's the bar here for reference. The darker the blues and purples, that is the drier air that's residing just off towards our northwest. Watch what happens. We have a cold front pretty much draped right here. This is on Thursday afternoon, okay? That's where the front will likely be by that time. It'll fine-tune the timing on that. Nonetheless, that kicks on through. Get rid of that front. That front is now way out here over the Bahamas. But look at this. All this purple. That is really, really dry air. We're getting there on Friday. I think we're going to hang on to some clouds on Friday. And then watch what happens. There's Saturday morning. I don't know what your neighborhood is doing in terms of trick-or-treating. You can post that in here if it's going to happen more on a Saturday afternoon and evening, since you don't have to be in bed for Sunday trick-or-treating for school on Monday. Nonetheless, both Saturday and Sunday look dry. They look very, very comfortable. The humidity pretty much going to be non-existent. If you liked last week's weather, it's going to be even less humid than that. So certainly window opening weather. And then there's Sunday afternoon. The air is going to be really, really dry. So we're talking nice comfy weather. High temperatures are likely going to struggle to get out of the 70s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So that's going to be Friday at the end of this week, Halloween Saturday, and then Halloween Day itself, of course, the 31st of October on Sunday. So we're talking about some big-time cool air. I mean, last year, of course, things were kind of screwed up with the pandemic going on, at least the height of that. 2 years ago, blazing hot. We had temperatures in the low to mid-90s on Halloween before we finally got that first big cold front the next day. But it looks like we have a really, really good shot, guys, to have a nice festive Halloween. We're talking air temperatures again into the upper 50s overnight. Even inland Central Florida, even in the Orlando metro area, I think we have a really good shot to wake up in the upper 50s. The only exception would be right along the coast. So again, we're going to keep on watching this closely, of course. It's a huge night to be outside. We will watch that closely. We will fine-tune that forecast, and we will give you those exact numbers as we go. Again, on the 7-day forecast now, I have a high of 81 on Friday. It will likely be cooler than that. Honestly, I think that's conservative on my part. But there we go. High of 81 on Friday. Some spots likely will be in the 70s if this cold front does work its way through on Thursday at some point. And then, I mean, we could be talking about our first 50s of the season for those that did not get the 50s. Areas northwest of Orlando certainly saw the 50s last week, but we could be talking about widespread 50s for the first time this season. Certainly the coolest air of the season is looking likely for Halloween weekend. So a nice change of pace from the last couple of Halloweens, although last Halloween was pretty comfortable, if I'm remembering correctly. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to post a couple of links here on our Facebook page to clickorlando.com. The first one is going to be the weather for today, and it has everything you need to know with the timeline of the rain that is coming in. So post that one there. So that is just posted on Facebook. And then, of course, if you want to share this with your friends, I know everybody's excited about Halloween and trick-or-treating. At least I hope so. I'm going to post the early look to the Halloween forecast. It goes over everything that we just talked about. And that's going to go also right there. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to have much